I said I do, mate. Coming in with them. Probably shouldn't put 2 in 1, but if I put it dead centre, we'll chuck a strap over it.
Yeah.
Should be fine carrying that down. It's not quite dead centre, is it? How's that looking?
Yeah, be right.
Yeah. Don't think we've got any lettuces out, have we?
We've got one.
Didn't pick any yet, have you? Oh, you did. You did pick some. Alright, I'll see if I can get to it.
Don't know if you can get to it.
Excuse me. We'll introduce everything in a minute to you, ladies and gents. We're just a bit busy this morning.
Oh, careful.
Hello, I've just clicked the trailer. If you pull forward, I'll swing this round into the shed, out the way, and then we'll say hello to everyone. Lots to keep you updated with. Alright, hang on. Are we in? Yeah, we're about in. Right. Welcome back to New Hope Farm. It's well, it's been fun, shall we say. We've made plenty of money. We've had a lot of contract works, last minute contract works for sowing fields and whatnot. So we've made an absolute ton. The Brooks Farm, they've made even more money off of us, which is, I'm sure they're happy with. But it's mean we've been able to grow things, make things grow for us. So we've now got fencing around the outside of the farm. It does keep out some of the animals, which is handy. We've got brand new lighting in. These are autonomous lights, so they're automatic. They run off solar panel strips off the top. They're also wired into the mainframe, so if there's not enough sun, we'll still get light. We've got one this side that's for evening use. We're using the fuel. And then right down on the other side, just sort of an entrance light, if you like. It's right at the top of the barn. We've had that one installed as well. That cost us a fair chunk of change. What else did we do, really? We did manage to get hold of Eddie. Eddie managed to get hold of the a quickie front loader for the New Holland. We've got a bracket installed and a set of pallet forks. Works pretty well. We have used our own equipment for some contracts, which kind of saved us a bit of money. But yeah, it did take a lot longer. We probably could have got a lot more done. Oh yes, and our hedge has almost doubled in size. So yeah, Eddie's had to get the old weed whacker out and start yunking at it just to try and keep it manageable. It was kind of a lack of, I don't know, common sense on our behalf that we let it get so big. And
I quite like it.
Yes.
It kind of gives us a bit of privacy.
It's all right. Yeah, it does. It does. It's nice. But we didn't really mean for it to get that big, but it did. So yeah, we've got a little bit of overgrowth here and there, and Eddie's got to get cracking on the mowing of the grass soon.
Yeah, that needs.
Mind you, winter is upon us, so it shouldn't grow until at least early spring, I would imagine.
But what we do need to get is a bag for that mower. A bag.
Yeah, we do need, we do have some little shopping lists that we need to get and add to. Another thing that we've got to do is we're going to have to take a look at possibly getting a new truck. The XJ has been. How can we put it nicely? It's been a pig. It has cost us an arm and a leg in fuel. It drinks like a horse in a desert.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. It's gas guzzling. There's something not right with it. We've had a look ourselves. We're not keyed up on this sort of engine. So yeah, and when we took it, when Eddie took it down to a local dealer's for them to have a look at it, they had what they call an initial look, and then they said that parts of the engine head would need to be stripped, and this would need to be stripped to have a look inside, and then we got a quote which was, well, quite frankly, astronomical. 4.5 grand for a car that's probably worth 2 grand at best.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying she's scrappy, but we try not to use her at all at the minute, and so we are on the hunt for a new vehicle that we could possibly use that as a trade-in on value or something. And we need to get a jet wash. It's something we desperately need on the farm, because everything is now filthy.
But news from again from the Brookses and down at the shop. Do you remember? Or do you know the old used tractor dealer we have been using?
Yes,
The corner,
North
farm.
The Slandic guy up North Farm. When I was last up there doing the contract, he did say that they do used cars as well. That's probably why we got so much of a cheap deal on the tractors, is so that they can make room for the next lot of stock. So it may be worth having a look down there.
The stock's coming.
So yeah, lots to do. Yeah, lots to do, and so yeah, we're just gonna crack on with the day and see what we can get done. There's not much left to do. It's November the 2nd, so there's no chance of getting anything drilled in the field. So that's going to be left. It's just going to be left. It's been cultivated. We're going to just have to leave that until at least early spring. There's not a lot we can do with that now. We've got one crop in the ground, so that will give us something to start off next year with. Yeah, it's just a case of cracking on. So with that said, I suppose we're going to sell those tomatoes and the lettuces.
Yep.
And that'll probably at least cover the running cost of this truck.
Tell you what, follow me down into town.
Yep.
In this.
Well,
and then
we could head down to that.
Yeah, once we've sold it, we'll put it on the trailer. Just to save a bit of fuel cost there. And then we'll go see what we can do.
As long as we don't get seen. As long as we don't get seen with me sat inside the truck on the trailer. Technically, that's illegal.
No, it's not.
Right then. What one do you want to drive? I'm taking you taking the tractor. I'll take the XJ.
What would you rather drive?
To be honest, I'm not fussed.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I'll follow you. I'm just leaving it to the
wrong way.
last possible moment before I start this engine up. We filled it up once already, and that was yesterday morning. As you can see, we're already down, I would say, a good 1/8 to 1/10 of the fuel tank. Maybe even more than that. And whoa, hello dear. So yeah, it seems to rev quite high as well at times. I mean, we're not after anything fancy, but come on, change. There we go. No, there we go. Maybe it's just the way we drive them, but I don't think it is. Not for the amount of fuel we've been using. Alright, here we go. We're about approaching to town. Sounds like the grain in silos over on the left-hand side are getting busy this morning already. So it looks like some people have planned on selling their crops early this year. No one seems to be hoarding them. I wasn't really paying attention here. Nearly lost Eddie. Hello, Eddie. Can you hear me, mate?
I can indeed.
As soon as you're done,
You're dead.
I'm going to need you to head over to me. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened at all. It's made a hell of a lot of noise, and then I couldn't get it going again. There's a gentleman here with me. He helped me push it onto the side of the road, and he'll give us a hand pushing it onto that trailer of ours. It's going to be a bit awkward to get it on, but we'll manage it between a couple of us.
Yep, I'm coming.
Oh, I'll see you in a minute. Stupid blinking thing. Oh, I think that's Eddie. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I've tried the fuel pump. I've tried everything. I've got 3 people willing to give us a hand, stick it on the trailer. So that's handy. But yeah, you try to start it. It tries to, and then
Hang
the
on.
the horn starts going, and then it cuts out.
Right, try it again.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
The horn's at least not going now.
Right, jump out. Let me see if I can get it at least on the trailer.
Eddie, the lights are now going.
Yeah, that was me.
Something wrong with that. Right. Give us 2 seconds and the guys behind are going to help push. Right, cheers, mate. Thanks very much. Have a nice day. Oh, that was nice of him, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right, get in quick.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to jump in. Well, this is a new experience for me. Being towed on a flatbed by a tractor.
Backwards.
Backwards, yeah. I mean, not normally would we have put this on backwards, but it's not like we had much of a choice. And I'm so grateful to that gentleman. I didn't even catch his name. He didn't stop. The moment it was done, he was off he tried. There was a couple of people there, but there's only really one person that really gave us a hand. Nice old fella. Wish I caught his name now. Oh, hang on, there he is. We've just driven past him. Oh, no coincidence. Oh my god, it's like I'm driving into the woods without any steering.
We're right there.
Yeah? I'm out. Alright, so... well, I think it's a dead course. Should we just see if we can get something for it?
Yeah.
Before... Oh, hello. There is a truck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, there's a few. You got F100, an old Chevy. Oh, this looks fully restored. Oh wow, look at that inside. LED neon lights.
Yeah.
And then, oh my good god, that thing is huge on massive. I think it's got some serious bodywork to it. There's another one there. This one's definitely a farm one, that is. That's seen some use. And 3 tractors.
Right.
They're definitely in the midst of a stock change around here, aren't they?
As much as the F100, I like the F100. I'm not a lover of the F100. The Chevy, lovely as it is, and I would own it. That's gonna be way too much money.
Yeah, I reckon these look fully restored.
Yeah.
That's the what 1970s, and that's the 60s. That Chevy, and that looks fully restored inside. I mean, the bed looks. Oh wow, I bet that's expensive. I bet that's like talking silly money.
So we're looking at one of two.
I mean, that is ridiculously high, I think. And
They're both high.
they are, but this one's, I mean, look.
No.
That is I mean, that is a lot higher, I think.
No, if you look at them. Not much in it.
Yeah, okay, there's not much in it. What one do you think then?
I don't know.
Alright, cheers, man. Yeah, it'll be 5 minutes. We're not going to go anywhere with them. Cheers. Yeah. Nice to see you too. Eddie.
Go.
Here you go. There's the keys. Try it out. Oh. Oh. Pull forward a bit. Twin exhaust systems. And it's not one solid pipe. There is 2 boxes on there as well. What does it feel like? Is it rumbling alright?
Seems to be.
It's got a winch on the front, but I think it's not. Wouldn't be worth using it. It looks like it's on some last legs. I like this one.
What, the farm?
Yeah, I think with the wooden side, they're easy to get down. We just got to take a few bolts off, and we can drop the sides easier. We can almost turn it into almost a flatbed. And I think that can be used. We've got a lot of usage we could use
pins,
for that.
Bro, here, look, on the sides.
Yeah, it's little bolts like things, aren't they?
Yeah.
A bit like a garden shed.
Yeah.
And then I like the fact that it's got twin wheels at the back. I think that'll help better with grip and whatnot on the farm. I mean, they're not overly priced. I'll give them that. These are actually reasonably priced.
Yeah.
They're all fresh new in stock, so no deals. I have got the price list on all 4 trucks though.
Go on.
So with the XJ thrown in as a deposit or part X, with the XJ thrown in, the F100, have a ballpark figure.
15.
What do you reckon? 58,000.
Cheapers.
Yeah, apparently original, mint condition. Only thing that's ever been touched is it's been cleaned, bodywork and re-chromed. That is insane.
That is insane.
Original condition, yeah. The Chevy, 28,500.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a lot more.
Yeah.
Whilst it's a 1960 model, it has been rebuilt rather than it's a full-blown classic. So, and apparently there's underglow neons. So I'm assuming a youngster had owned it.
Ruined it.
This one here is slightly newer, apparently. Less mileage on the clock. It's 11,500. And then this one's 9.
Okay.
I mean, there's not a massive difference in price, and we've got 28 in the bank from all our contracts and that. Bear in mind, we do have to try and make the money last through winter as well.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I'd like more, to be honest.
You know, I have missed having a pickup truck on the farm. Much as the XJ is a good horse, but it wouldn't tow very well. And plus, not having a pickup bed has killed us.
So what are you thinking?
I'm not sure. I'm really umming and ahhing about it. What do you reckon? You seem to have the preference over the cheaper one, don't you?
I kind of like this one quite a bit. I think there's a lot of applications we could use the back for. We could change all sorts about it. I mean, I think it'd be too crazy to buy both, wouldn't it? It'd be insane. That would wipe us out.
For now, anyway. We could only buy one for now. If we had the money to buy both, I would buy both.
Yeah, I mean, cash flow, technically, we've got the cash flow, but we've also got the loans to pay out still.
Yeah.
The loan repayments. We've got to get through winter. I think the only drawback that I have is the mirrors, really.
What about
Do you know what I mean?
mirrors?
I think it's like the mirrors they're on the wrong truck.
What, on this right-hand one?
But these two should swap mirrors. Yeah, the pickup truck can get away with the car size mirrors because there's nothing sticking out, right?
Yeah.
Where the farm truck's got the side the car mirrors, but it's not going to see past the actual bed because they stick out so far.
Yeah, but that's just
Which does,
that's just modifications. That can be done. I'm
yeah,
sure
but
we can
it
put
does.
them mirrors on
We
that
could
truck.
do, but it does lead me to wonder whether or not this started life out as with a flatbed back, or whether or not somewhere out there in the world there once was this truck with a pickup bed.
Potentially. They are interchangeable beds, these trucks.
Eddie,
Oh,
right. What they've turned around and said, pretty much, is this particular truck does have a pickup bed that they can put on there.
right.
It will take about 2 or 3 days to do it. But the price would go up to 10k.
I thought the reason you liked this specific truck was because of the bed it's got on it.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying about the pickup.
But this is pretty much a pickup. Just with bigger sides. Wooden sides instead of metal like this one.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to do then? There are options at the minute.
What I would personally do is I'd get this right hand one. As you said, it's got the jewelry wheels. It's got the winch. You know, we could put new wire on that winch. You know, we'll just get this one. I'd personally get this right hand one for now. And then when funds get better, if that one's still available, we get that one.
Yeah, if that's what we want to do. We could do that.
Well, you seem to like this right hand one better.
I just thought it'd be easy to. You got all the sides. We got loads of room.
Yeah.
We can use the back for all sorts.
And
I mean, you wouldn't even have to use the trailer. We could literally load tomatoes and that straight up onto the truck.
And between me and you, this one has the uprated engine.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that when I started doing that.
No, it's the telltale sign with the hood.
I'll go do some paperwork on that. I think they've got someone that's going to come out and use a telehandler and pick up the old XJ off you.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to put it, but yeah, so I'll go do the paperwork and we'll see you in a minute. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, my friend. There you go, Eddie. We did get a saving.
Go you. You're learning.
Well, no, it's fixed price. He did say that countless times. There's nothing you could do about that. But we got 100 quid off because the XJ had a load of fuel in it.
There we go.
So we got 100 quid back on that. So 8,900 instead, which, I mean, it's a saving. You take every little bit you get, can't you? Right. We've got 2 sets of keys. So you've got a set already. I've got the other set they've given us. So we'll keep the 2 sets, one a piece. It's unusual to get these old cars with 2 sets of keys, but there we go. Have you noticed mine says "with the love of Texas" on it?
Yeah.
And so someone who owned it once upon a time, it came from Texas. There you go. And now it's up here in the French Alps.
It's amazing what cars do.
It is. I mean, hopefully it didn't drive here. I mean, that's a long way to drive, especially across all that ocean.
Oh, yes.
All right, let's head back to the farm. Or is there anything else you need to grab? That you wanted to go to the shop, didn't you? You said about looking for a bag for the mower.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. There we go. There we go. Oh, it feels smooth. Alright, I'm going to give it some grunt. It's not the quickest on the pull-out, but It feels absolutely tidy. You can't argue with that. Alright, I'm not sure which way Eddie went, but I'm going this way. Our shop's in full motion today. Cool, they're playing their music loud. Alright, all strapped up?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll see you back at the farm. I'll probably be there before you. I'll unhitch this and
I
just...
heard you talking behind here. What were you saying about the harvesters?
Harvesters. Right. Well, obviously they're way too expensive. We're talking hundreds upon hundreds of thousands. The bottom 3 are pretty much either sold or on hold. The Dominator's 40,000 or very near offer. This one, I completely forgot how much it was, but it's an open cab. I don't want open cab. It gets very cold in here very quickly up here. And then the Massey was 25, I believe. So the Massey's probably the way to go. But if we can swing it, I think the Kloss would probably be just as nice to have.
What, the Dominator?
The Dominator, yeah, it's early 90s. It's an early 90s model. But there's not as many levers as in other early 90 models or late 80 models. It's quite clean and tidy.
How much is this one up for?
40,000.
Too bad, I guess.
And from what I gather, I mean, there are options of payments and etc. sort of plans, but they do require large deposits. So
what's wrong with this?
It's something to think about. Which one? That one. It's on hold.
Why?
On hold means someone's deposited on it. It's being held for someone. So it doesn't even have a price tag on it anymore.
But do you like it?
The same. It's not bad. It's nice-ish. I was trying to work out when I first came round, but when I saw the on hold, I kind of gave up. I'm pretty certain this is corn header, isn't it?
Probably.
It's an unusual header. I've not seen one like that for a while.
So, this Dominator you like?
The Dominator looks nice, yeah.
How much is it? 20 grand?
40.
40 grand, okay.
Yeah. Right, let's get back then.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the farm, mate.
Yeah, at the farm.
Alright, let's get going, and we will see you back at the farm as well. Alright, well, we're back at the farm. I've just popped his little trike and trailer away. So, that's down there. He's already off on the old mower. There he goes. I think you need to slow down on some of those turns. You're dropping a bit. I think what we may need to invest in is a little bunker, so we can dump the grass in.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the silo at the minute.
Oh, you can dump it in the silo, can you? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll get the trailer away and we'll have to call that one a day. There we go. Right. Probably at the wrong angle. So what we can do is use this edge of the field to turn around in. It's not so bad because although it's been cultivated, there's nothing in it yet. So, and we're not too heavy load that we're going to compact it too much. The question is, where are we going to put this? Where does it go? Where can we put it? Far side. I'm going to have to get in your way for a minute, Eds.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that one popped away. I'm just going to swing this tractor in the gap we got at the back. There we are. Alright, take that into there. Handbrakes on. I'm not used to the way this is run, but it is a really nice tractor. The Agrostats Deutsche Wart series. It's really nice. I love the little one. This is definitely a little pull around tractor, but don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to get rid of one. I don't know if we're gonna need 3 in the long run. I'll leave Eddie to his mowing. He's happy. So see you later, Eddie.
See you later.
And that's all from me, Matty G. Until next time here on A New Hope's Farm. Keep it real, people. Peace out.